Friends and hello student, my name is Ashok Sijala. In this session, we learn the data bound control in ASP.NET, and here take the form view control. So data binding is a concept and we can take the complex data binding. So here first I share my laptop screen and here fix the position so you can watch better my video lecture. So here Microsoft Visual Studio Express for web edition is open and data binding, that is my website folder name, and here take file menu to new file so we can take new web page. So here C# is selected and web form file is there, and here I give the new file name of web page, and you can take like a form home view, yes, and data bind. So we can say that data binding or bind. So binding word is also used. So data binding with form view. So yes, now is open. Yes, so here fix our title, and that is a head section of HTML. That is a form view tabular control. So there are 6 tabular control in ADO.NET part, and that is a rich control. So tabular is a display all record at a time, but form you display one record, and after that is a in background we can take the allow page property. So that is a hyperlink like 5 records. So 5 hyperlink we can select at a time one record or display at a time one record. So there are 6 tabular control in ASP.NET. So first is a GridView. In my previous video lecture, I cover the select parameter or control parameter. We have to use that child tag, and then repeater is there, then data list and ListView. That four control is a who is display all record at a time, and FormView and DetailView there is 2 other tabular, that is a at a time one record display at a time. So there are 6 tabular control, and that known as a data bound control. All control in the ASP that is a bound, like there are 2 type of data bounding: simple data bounding or complex data binding or bound. So here data binding, yes, that word is a data binding. So simple binding means we can only once text box, one text assigned to any like drop down, we can select the student name or employee name, and that name display in the text box text. So that is a known as a simple data binding, and that complex data binding second type, and that is a we can like whole one column displaying the list control like drop down list, radio button list, checkbox list, bullet list, and list box is there. So 5 list control is there. That is also data bound control, and 6 tabular control, and 2 is a menu and tree view, that is hierarchical data control. And we can XML file that there are some data source control like SQL data source, access data source control is there, XML data source, object data source control, then so many like 6 data source control is there, but we can use SQL access and XML data source more used in our part. So now here we can take the division tag, and here complex data binding example, and at a time one record display the form view tabular controls over target, and form view and repeater is a use to template. So here we can use the template. Okay, so here in division tag I first take one panel control as a container, so that ID like P1, yes, and run at server side, and then grouping text. So we can use the employee data, but yeah, so here I give the employee detail with form view. Yes, so form view is a tabular control, and then background color we have to take some background color, so that is pink or any other control color. And here now we can take the form view control, and that ID FV run at server side, yes, and then we can take data source. So data source and data source ID, there are two property. So data source is a work in the coding connect and disconnect, two form is there in connectivity. So ADO.NET connectivity, there are two coding we have to apply. Here there is no any coding, that is a binding. So only design property we have to set and template use. So here use data source ID, and that is we can provide the SQL EMP, that is our data source ID, and data key name is also provided to here. So that is EID, our first table field. And then we can take like first is a header template. So we can use start the template in FormView. Almost of template using the FormView and repeater control. So here we can take the example is a FormView. So here we can take like label to heading like LBLH, that ID, and run it server side, and then text we have to say the employee information or details. So we can also give the grouping text of panel, that ID, title of work, but here we can only employ information, and above we can employ detail with FormView. Okay, so we can distinct. And here we can second important, and that is a item. Here you can also insert, edit, that all you have to we have to use. And item template, so item template we can start the table, yes, HTML table tag, and that we can take the table, and then we can take th, but first tr and then th. So th means table heading, you have to know very well. And here our first employee ID, so just ID, because we have already give the heading. So I copy, and we can take our table is a three field. So that is a next is a name, and then basic salary. So BS, but we can give the full. So basic and salary. Yes. So there are three fields, and second row TR. Yes. And then we can take the TD, and then TD we can use the one important, and that syntax I just that is a first angular and percentage sign. Yes. So that is all our tag and has sign. That is a syntax. So we can bind the eval method use. So that is a single way data binding expression. There are two type of data binding expression, one way expression and two way expression. So when you can use the eval method and just display only your operation, that is here item template display our data. So that is a one way data binding expression in ASP.NET. So that is a eval, and that is a data binder class method, and also hold the page class, both that eval. So here we can use the eval, and then we can bind to our in double quote our field ID. So we can decide first our three field of our tables, and just I copy and paste, yes, two times. So only we can take our focus is a our data binding concept. So we can use only three fields: employee ID, employee name, and basic salary. And that is a same syntax I just reference for you. So here we can use the data binding like percentage. I just give the example has sign, and data binder class is there. So here data binder, yes, and that is also taking the eval method, yes. And then two parameterize you have to pass. First is a like data container, yes. So that is a content, that container, yes. And then just data binder class. So that data binder, yes, that we have to use already. And then we can say that items, that name is a item. So we can use just only that is same as above syntax. So when we can use already eval method, that is a convert into the binder class eval method, that is I just show you. So that is a after we can bind, and then use the same syntax. So container, yes, that name is a container, I think. So we can refer, yes, container or data binder class is that. and we can use the same signature. So yes, that I just show you. So that is also that convert that statement. So in reference book some that is giving the, but here we can use the simple data binder class is used. Okay. So that eval method is directly called to this data binder, and also sometimes container, okay, by default is appearing. So here we can container, yes, container class is there, and then we can provide the item or data item is there, so we can also use that technique. So our eval is a directly call to inbuilt data binder. So data items, yes, that data item, and then in double quote we can provide our field name like EID. That is the same signature. So here we can use the data binder. Yes, now I can write that is correct. So data first, yes, now one, yes, now appear, and we can say that data binder, yes, so that is data binder, and then we can call eval method and pass two arguments. So first is a container, yes, here two parameterized construct, we can say that eval method argument. So first is a container, so we can container dot data item and then string expression, so that is our field name. Okay, so that is a same here we can use the above statement convert into this statement. So we can write this eval method is same that signature, here two argument we have to pass. So that is for just reference for you. So here we can use two argument. Okay, if I just remove, that is not, we can use directly just eval method I use. So eval method is a there are two holding data binder class, or that is we can say that page class. Okay, and now which we can use the, yes, first we can see the our core data, but we can take the table of, and then here we can use the SQL or access. There are two choice here, so many control is there, like here ASP. First we can select SQL data source, then access data source is there, and XML data source is there, and also like business, that name is a, so here, yes, that so many control is there, data source. So yes, object data source, yes, that is a business object created. So there are 6 data source control, but here we can use just and then yes, SQL data source we have to use, and also you can backend tool take the access data in database table. So here we can access SQL data source. Also you can take the backend tool as a access. So what property set, first I give the example. So here we can first take ID, yes, and then we can fix SQL EMP. So that ID in SQL data source we can provide the data source ID here. So that is a same, here we can give first and then apply first. So here SQL EMP we can decide, so that ID we can provide SQL data source, and then run it server side, and then connection string, here I copy the connection string and then select command. So all record display, but at a time one record, because that is a FormView tabular control. So here select star from EMP info, that is we can decide our table name in directly here. So if you take the SQL data source control and backend tool is access, then one extra property is a property name, and you can take the here OLDB. That is only one change. So, and that you can also provide connection string as it is all our other properties same. Just here you can set the provider, yes, provider name system.data.oldb. So then access database you can take, and SQL data says backend tool any data like Oracle or Access or MySQL, but you can here provider name like system.data oldb, that all backend tool you can take. And also here there are other property like ODBC, Oracle client is there, so you can use the SQL data source, and backend tool is Oracle. But here we can SQL client, so there is no take any provider name, because that is a directly that SQL data source is a itself that is a connected to the SQL client, so we cannot take provider name. Okay, so we can take four property: ID, runit, connection string, and select command, select star from EMP table. So yes, first we can create the our database table in SQL Server. So here I just yes, first um, minimize this screen. Yes, so I just select and minimize. Yes, and here I minimize, and here programs, and then my laptop here, Microsoft SQL Server 2012, and second last that is a that SQL Server Management Studio. So I select, and that is a now open. So you can also use as a backend tool. I just give the idea. So you can take the access data source, or also that possibility, and also you can use the SQL data source and provider name property give. So here you can, there are copy this server name, Control C I can give, because we have to use that connection string taking time. So here connect button is there, you can connect. Yes, here is a server is on. Yes, connection is on. Here that plug sign, connected object explorer, and here database folder is there. Here so many databases already, but I created only system database is default created. Okay, so how to create new database? Just database, select that folder, and here we can click the right click as a database folder. So here, yes, time that taking some time. So yes, that I think that is now is I select again. Yes, and then right click in the database table folder. Okay, so that take some time, response is giving late. So here, yes, now is, yes, I just right click again. So here, yes, now is, I think first I deselect and then select again. So that is a server sometime giving the reference is a late. So yes, now is, I think, yes, now is open. So that is a option is giving a new database. First option we can select new database. So yes, that new database window is open, and here give the database name. So we can give the old DB, that is not name in. Yes, that is already one is all DB is there. So temp DB, yes, that is also there. So we can say that data bind underscore DB. So that is a distinct. So we cannot use that name in previously database. So here data bind underscore DB. So we can use the data binding concept that database table use. So database, and here 4 MB size is default, and that is a log file. Same name, but here is a log. Yes, so I just yes, so that is a log. Here you can see log, and that is default in C drive, my program files, Microsoft SQL Server, and that default path is there all. But here we can select browse, and our that E drive, yes, here I can show you the all computer folder or drive is listed, and then we can select our particular ASP.NET 2020, and here our data binding that website folder name, and then that subfolder is a AWP data here. So I select this folder, and here path is appear. I okay, and also same folder you can store the log file. That is a, if you not select that same folder, then that not etched in next day or not open in properly this list of file. So if you here is attach, one option is there. So I just select yes, okay. So that is executing, and yes, our data bind DB is created. Yes, so here, And now we can create one table. Yes, so that is a same process. You can first select the table name. Yes, here I select table and then press uh, press the right click. So here I press again right click. So yes, sometimes that giving the response is late because that is a server. So SQL Server that Express Edition 2012 or any version that is same process. Here we can just create the database and table only. Okay. So here I press the some option is list out, but here not. Yes, now is appear. So that sometime giving the response is late, but you can uh, wait for that response. So new table, that first option is there. So just select, and like now access is same because that is also Microsoft product. So SQL Server 2012 and any version 8 or like in previously 8 is there. So here column name, e name, yes, and then so many data type is there. So that is here so many data types. So like XML is there, yes, and then geographic, geometric. So you can see hierarchical ID is there. So there is a you cannot see in any other database backend tool. So here date time is a general, but here money, yes. So here so many data type. Yes, I see you. So or yes, here is a money. So like a different some data type here you cannot see in other database table or database. So here we can give the int. Yes, I just directly type int, so that is appear. And here allow to null, that yes, that checkbox select, because and sometime we like banking software we can blank values of quantity or we can say that fixed deposit rate. So we can pre default value of apply or allow to null some like stock table quantity we previously give the directly as a null value or zero value means allowed to null, but here we cannot require. So next field is as employee name, and we can nchar, and there are next range is nchar n varchar 50, and that is highest maximum range. But here that 10 character sufficient for our employee name. And then basic salary you can also give like float data type, but here I use only integer, that we cannot require float because we have to not calculate, just insert directly to ourselves. And here that I just yes, so here eid is there, employee id. And yes, not select, yes, selected, and can provide like yes, that pop-up menu option set primary key. So first field, yes, key symbol is appear, and that is a employee id we can give the primary key. Okay, and I now close this window. So that is a DBO, database object. So that is a server, everything is an object. So our field is also that table, that object, and we can access the object. So yes, I save. Yes, and then we can fix our table name empinfo. So we can give the same name, and then yes, that here there is no yes, already here appear. If not appear, then you can select this table and provide the refresh option. Refresh option is there. So sometime that not yes here refresh, then it is appear. If not listed, then you can give the refresh. And then here I select our emp info. Yes, and we can insert some manually first record. So here it's not yes, now is selected. So yes, that is some time taking time. Yes, so here so many design is there. Selected top 1000 row. So select and edit. We can edit 2000 rows. So we can insert manually record first 3 records. So 101 and RAM and 1000. Yes. So you can give the more salary, then take the float data type. Here I just data binding, focus on the data binding concept. So here we cannot uh, focus to salary calculate. So that is give simple salary. or so minimum salary, not higher range. So if you take like 20,000, 50,000 more salary, so you take the long integer or you can take the float data type or double decimal. Okay, so now here I close and minimize this, and we can copy our server name. If not copying previously, then here you can take and then right click in here. There are second option. So that is our server name is there. And here you can select and then press the right click. Yes, so that is not responded. Yes, now expand. Yes, and first I deselected and then selected. So sometimes that is giving the late response. Yes, now is open that and go in property. Yes, so here that product name is Microsoft SQL Server Express, but here first name that is a S. So here we can also select our here directly. Yes, I just select and copy. So that is second way. First we can enter, that time we can select our server name, and that is second technique. So now we can go over Microsoft Management Studio and take the tools menu and go to connect database. Here one first option, and then one window is appear, and here our data explorer, and we can change the data source. So data source we can take the SQL Server, and here there are two, OLDB and SQL. So we can use the SQL Server data provider. Yes, here is a provider. So SQL itself as access data source use. So provider property we cannot set. If you SQL data source and taking the access database table, then you can give the provider name property system.data.oldb. That is a so that time you can also use the access database table. But here we can use same that database, and here some description is there. Okay, so that okay, and here we can provide our server name. So we can copy in previously our SQL Server Management Studio. And now that drop down is listed, and our database DataBind underscore DB, that is our database created, and test, that button is there. Test test connection, and then okay. Yes, and go in advanced button and select the home key and then shift key and end key and copy control C. You have to know very well. So we can take also connect and disconnect, that same technique, copy to our connection string. So here our now is some yes that we can copy here connection string. So here yes, that property window is appear, but here yes, here is there, and I just copy and paste. Copy already, so paste. So here our data bind underscore DB, and that our table name is a empinfo. We can already give perfect in previously we can decide. Okay, so we can bind, and we can not here in FormView allow paging. So at a time only one record is there. Let us I just run this page. Yes, so that is a first time running. We can use the FormView control, tabular control, and that is now here appear. Yes, that is first time this website is load that page. So web config file configuration is updated. So just press OK. So that is the first time I created recently this database website folder, data binding. So that is a not any web page. Default is one page is there, default dot that fed, but we can take to our new folder. So here I write yes. Yes, now is yes our pink background, and that is our TH table, that heading, and that is our header template, employee information, and that is a panel template. And here is our page title, FormView tabular control, and only one record display. How to we can see those there are three records there. So we can use the allow paging true. So at a time one record is displayed, then hyperlink is appeared. So initially I cannot give, now we can give, so you can understand. So I cannot provide first initially stage. So allow paging is true, then and then you can see all record, but at a time one record, but all record is bind. Okay, so allow paging just only that property is true. And here table is a look like simple, so here the table tag we can provide the border of table, so then that is a like 3. Yes, so and okay, so okay, table border we have to provide. Yes, I save and then run again. First page is running mode, so save and then run. Stop debug when page is one time running, that stop debug, that shortcut key shift F5 function key. Okay, now is, yes, that is looking better because that is a table. Yes, and that first record, that hype allow paging we have to true, so all three, that three record is there, that I select the second record. Yes, that second record display, and then third, so that third record, so that is a form view, and we can apply the table format, and item and header template, two template we have to use. Okay, now we can use other template, that is display operation is succeed, and here you can take in outside table and also inside table, there is no any problem. So first we can take that table after, okay, in item template. So here we can take one uh, ASP hyperlink or link button means hyper, that and that ID LNK and first new button. So insert operation we have to done. So first here you can take the link button. We can take in item template 3 link button. So first I give perfectly and then we can copy also. So that text is a, we can say that new or EMP. So employee, yes. So that is new EMP, and then I just above, so you can watch better. We can take hyperlink and then text, and here command name. Yes, that command name we can take the new, first N is capital, and yes, that I think complete. And we can take the ID, run it, text, and command name. There are, I think, 4 property we have to set. Okay, so at a time we can take the 4 property of hyperlink. So there is a, I think, perfect ID, run a text, command name. So there are 4 property, and first is a new. So I close and copy this link button. So we can testing also in second item template in last row. Yes. So I copy and then we can change the ID, but you have to remaining as it is. There is no problem because we cannot use in coding part, and then edit. So here our command name is a edit. So display is already there. Now we can edit. Edit means update. Yes. So and last that third we can use the link button LNK, and that is a delete. Yes. So here we can say that delete, and that command name is also delete. So that is a item template perfect. And now what to do? Here we can take first insert. So insert item template. So we can take the insert record. So that template we can take the uh, first label, and that is a two-way data binding expression. How it's, yes, let us check. So here we can take like any ID, LBL, and that EID, employee, that run at server side, and then text is a ID, just can say that employee, but we can not an associate. Yes, that important associate control ID. So that is our text box ID, txt eid decide, and then here we can take text box ID, that we go to txt eid, that that ID we can give this associate control ID. So we can refer the, that label is used for this text box, that is a mini associate control ID. And text, that is now we can take the bind method. Yes, so here we can apply the bind method. So that is a binding. So that is a syntax is a single quote. Yes, so not provide the double quote, single quote, and close this and here we can same angular bracket and percentage sign, and then hash sign, and then bind method is there. Yes, that automatically I think appear. So how it's, yes, there are no problem. Okay, here is there automatically that last bracket is there. So yes, now is I think open. Yes, now is open our property window bind. So that is a, yes, so here bind, and there are two overloaded is there. So here we can use the bind, and that in the double quotes we can take our, like in eval we can same syntax, and here our eid. Okay, so that is a complete. Yes, so and that is a we can use in the two way, because that is a our text box, that text value is a bind, and we can use insert operation. So that is a, we can say that display, and we can insert new record. So that is a, we can say that two-way data binding expression. In edit item, in insert item, that is the same way use the bind method. So that time that is known as two-way data binding. Eval is a only one-way binding, but here two-way bind method we can use in the insert item and edit item. That time that is called as a two-way data binding expression. Okay. So yes, some I just, yes, now I copy perfect, and there are other two fields. So here perfect, yes, now first and second. So there are our two field is there. First the employee name. So I give the label text name, and here our text box ENM employee name, and we can change this text box ID txt enm text box, and here we can give provide the e name employee name, that is our field name, and that last is a here basic salary. So that is a label text basic salary is there, and here we can change the txtbs just, and that we can text box id, yes, and here txtbs, yes, and then last our field is a only we have to so take only three fields. Also you can take five fields, there is no problem. And here I copy this, yes, so here I just copy and paste to here, yes, so that the link button two times. So in insert template we can take two button, and first you can, after insert, what is we can do, so you can insert, so insert is there, yes, and that cancel, yes, so you can other cancel and then insert. There are two choice after clicking the new command in hyperlink lnk. Here is a cancel, and here is a insert. Okay, and also we can change the text, yes, so here we can give the insert button insert emp, or we can change the cancel. Okay, yes, and yes, yes, and yes, so here is a, we can not give the emp because that text is only, so I just remove, but our command name and same, but that not error, but we can, yes, emp give the, so we can distinct that command name and our text. Yes, so I save, yes, so and there are three. First we can take the insert item template, yes, and that form view we can take the insert item template. Okay, and then according to write the insert query, yes, so here I write the insert command, yes. There are 3 points. First, you can take the insert item template. That is first step. We can use the bind method, and that is known as a two-way data binding expression. Okay, one way is a only eval, you can display purpose. Now we can use that text box is a insert purpose. So there are two work. First, that select that bind that so we can provide value, and that is a store in database table directly. So that is two-way expression. And insert command we can take in SqlDataSource command. Insert query we have to write insert into our table name. I just above, so you can watch better and go ahead, yes, and then insert into table name emp info, yes, and then values, and here @ EID, then comma operator, then @ename, then comma operator, and @ps basic salary. So that is a very simple. @ is a syntax part of in SQL or any database, but in we can say that in data binding or that is a @ we have to use in ASP.NET with the data binding or any connectivity part. Okay, so that is sufficient, and here that is third step. First I can give again repeat. So here we can take the insert item template, yes, and then we can take the appropriate insert command, insert template item. So insert command take, and then insert parameter here. So insert parameter, yes, and that style tag is parameter ASP. And here we can give the name, and that is our table EID, and also you can data type provide if that is not required, but here we can give like first over is a in 32, yes, so integer 32, and I just select and copy because there are 3 parameters there, so as sequence. So ename, then basic salary is a in 32, but employee name we can DB means database type. So here we can take the string, yes, so that's so many data type is there. So here listed boolean, binary, currency, date, all are there. Okay. Object is there, so time. So we can take the string, yes, I just show you, so I can, yes, now is okay. So there are when we can press the new button here in item template, new command. So that select the insert item template, and to change to our field bind method. So bind method binding to our EID name, and we can provide supply the value, and then insert command SqlDataSource fire the insert query, and that 3 field is there, and that insert parameter is there. So there are 3 tasks: insert item template, insert command write in SqlDataSource, and insert parameter. So then your operation is done. And also we can take the here in item template, and that is a pager, or we can say that page or pager template. So what is a use of page template? So here we can navigation. So that is first I give like page number or index, we can say that. So that is a like our syntax that percentage sign, yes, and then hash sign, yes, and then form view, our ID is FV form view ID, and then page index is there, that property, page count is there, page index. So index always start with 0, so we can see the how many page of our pager template. And also we can take the button, yes, here 4 button, we can take the navigation operation. So here first I select here new that ID link but hyperlink button. So first record we have to move, and here we can also give the text I change, and that is a first EMP or just first record. And here we can command name is a page, so P capital page, and command argument we have to pass, yes, so that is a first. Okay, and then in between here also we can provide like this symbol pipe, that one hyper, like we can use in logical operator 2 times that symbol we have to use. So like some separation is there only. So after there is last is not any, so here we can provide 2, and here we can also provide this symbol, and then I copy this line and paste to 3 times, because there are navigation that command name is same page, but command argument we have to change, and that is a next record we have to move. And then previous PREV, only first 4 letter is working, and last, that is a last. And according to also we cannot change, but here I link button ID LNK, and that is a next, yes, and that text also according to like next EMP. Okay, and that third link button LNK, and that is a, we can say that previous, so PRE. Here we can give the full, or that is ID only, so we can also use for letter. And here we can text give the full, yes, so previous, yes, and that here last. Okay, so yes, last. Now last link button. So here LNK and last. Okay, so I save. So that is a pager template. So now we can uh, start to our typing or data binding concept form view and header template. Now insert edit item template, pager template, insert item template, and next we can take the edit item template and footer template. So two is remaining. Delete template is not there, so we cannot, yes. So let us check that work or not. So I save, yes, any uh, change is required, let us check first, and then we run. We can take in the error. So that is a data binding, so there is no any coding. So here I just show you. So yes, I that move all are some. Here our that file name, and here that code behind, you have to know very well. Here not we can write any single line of coding. Here just data binding concept is there. So there is a three in sequence in like insert operation. We can take the insert item template, and then SQL data source. We can take the insert command to insert query and select insert parameter in the that select. There are three steps we have to take one operation. Okay, now I run, and let us check how it's insert or all navigation we have to use. So first, so yes, that is a first page index is 0, because that is a first record. So index start with 0. Here is a, and then first record is there. We can move next. So yes, that moving, yes, automatically. So we can just command name and command argument. Command name is a all four link button. That is a page, and command argument like first, next, previous, prev, just four letter, and last. Okay, and here previous, yes, that previously record move. So I next, there are only three record: previous, first record, and last. All are working. And then we can done the new, that is insert. So that is a, I press this hyperlink, that is a insert item template is open, yes. So that is, and we can provide like a br text, so all are in one line. So we can take first I give record, so we can four number, because three record we have to insert manually. Now we can in like data binding, so some not coding but design code we have to take. So here I give the Bharat and salary 4,000, and there are two over hyperlink: insert EMP or cancel EMP. So if you press cancel, then all are that gone, and but he can insert. So yes, our latest last record is there. So yes, I give first. Yes, now is appear. So that next, 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 and next. Yes, there are three, but that is take in the fourth record. So that is yes. So that is a Lakshman, but here they're taking the first record as a Bharat. So you can take some, yes. So that is perfect. Insert is perfectly done. So yes, we can take, yes, for stop debug, yes. And here what to do, we can provide the BR tag first. Yes, here is very important. We can remaining. So BR tag shifting to all our like in one line to according. Here I provide the BR in I insert item template first. Then here is also, and second, and here we can also BR tag. All are shifting perfect. And now what to do? So here our insert EID, ename, ebasic salary, that insert query, insert into employee, EID, ename, basic salary is perfectly, and insert item template. So we can EID here our bind method. So EID, ename, basic salary is perfect. And there are two hyperlink. You can give the perfect insert, yes, and cancel. Yes, so there is no any, and now we can take new. Yes, also that is a navigation is perfectly work pager template, but here is a new command. Yes, so there is no we can take any that perfectly binding. Okay, now turn to edit item templates. So yes, I just copy all these things in insert item template. First step, that is a take the appropriate template. So first I copy this all, and here I yes, so after in that we can take one edit item template. So edit item template and then paste all these things. So what is a edit operation? So same way as a insert, just update operation. So here we can, as it is bind method use, and here we can change like insert to update. Yes, that is only command name we have to change, and cancel is there. And we can already take in item template. Yes, that is a second or hyperlink button. Yes, here edit command is there. So when we can press edit, that time edit item template is open, and edit item template we can provide our all field and two link button, update and cancel. Here in insert item, insert and cancel, here is update and cancel, and take the appropriate query. So update in SQL data source, here we can update command use and taking the update query. So update, then table name emp info is there, and set only two field because there are three field based on employee ID we can take in the where clause. So here e name at the rate sign and e name same field name. So last is a basic salary and at the rate bs, and where which eid equal to at the rate eid. So that is a finish. Okay, and now you can also take the last our operation, and that is a delete. But here we can provide like on client click, so we can confirm dialog box. So return, yes, you have to know very well, I think. So you can surety if any record is deleted. So return keyword confirm dialog box and parenthesis single quote and semicolon parenthesis after, that is syntax, and here we can pass one. So I also delete operation because that not write any template, just that command, and there is a select delete parameter. So here are you sure to uh, delete this record? Yes, just confirm dialog box. So yes no button, if you yes, and then record is deleted. So we can write on client click. Yes, that is a link button. Okay, so there are in ASP.NET there are four buttons: simple, image button, then yes link button, and image button is there. Okay, so now ready, our edit item template is perfect, and here I write first give the delete command, last command is there. So very simple delete, yes, delete from that not asterisk sign emp info, and same update where clause eid equal to at the rate eid. Yes, that finish. And then I copy this insert parameter, but I select first here we can give the update parameter. Yes, and then I copy because they're all three fields used in update parameter also. So same that parameter name, and then last is a delete parameter. So delete only one use, that is a our one based on employee ID, only one field that is deleted. So we can complete. So yes, and that delete template is not there. Yes, so if any your mind question, so let us look. So here we can when select, so delete, I press D, but not any template because that not require template, just directly deleted. So yes, all are well. So how many that our code is so design source code is so long. Our form view we can start an ID that fv run it data source ID, data key name, and allow paging true. That is start, and header template that give the employee information, then item template, table tag, and tr th. Second that eval, that is a I revise just, and that is a one-way data binding expression. Okay, and then after table, we can take three button: new, edit, and delete. Okay, so we can use the new, and now we can use edit and delete. There are two, but display is already there. And here you can add the item template. So I think that is taking every time. So we can testing also after. First we can check, and then page template. There are 4 link button, and that all command name page, but command argument pause, next, previous, and last. There are here only 4 characters. That is also working. Okay, and that first 4 letters, that is recognized. So we can give only 4. And then insert item template. Yes, bind method, that is two-way data binding expression. Yes, so eval is a one-way, and here two-way, because that text box we can supply value, and that is a binding. So eval two-way data bind, and also eval same coding, but here insert command, and here just only update. That other all are same. And here SQL command, we can take all command. First we can take, I just scroll. So first we can select command, select star from empinfo, then insert command, insert into emp values 3 over field name. You can take 5 field and update query. We can also check over any mistake is there. Emp set e name, that @ e name, basic salary, and where eid equal to @ and delete from empinfo where eid is the same. So, and then third step, first edit item, then update query, and that insert edit that appropriate parameter. So edit parameter, update parameter, and delete only one. So all are very well finished. And now we can save, yes, and stop debug. If running, then run. So let us take the update and delete operation. So there is no any single line coding in this session. On we can design code, we can say that. So here that our first record is there. So sometimes that is data binding. Yes, here how is first, because our I can show you. So our first next TMP, that is our ID start like 101. So that is yes. So we can give 104. That is a last record is. So I just take insert operation, and here now is you can look our BR tag is working perfectly. And also you can take the TR table tag in that edit item template also. Like we can take in the insert item template or edit item template we can take, but you can take also edit item and our update we can say or delete, but delete template is not, but insert and edit template to take the table tag also. That is I saying. So we can use only item table HTML, but here is not table, that is only directly display. So you can also use in the insert item template and edit item template. We can use only item template table. Okay. So here I give the 104, then 1013. Yes, that now perfect. And we can give any name like Mira or any Krishna, whatever. So here there are two choice, insert and cancel. So I first select now cancel. So all are gone. There is not record insert. We can see the last. So there is our Lakshman last. Now I take again and give 104 and then select the Krishna and then 5000. Yes. So I insert. Yes. Now insert. Yes. Now that is I think first record, and now that is a last record. Yes, that is a last, because that ID is a 401. We can only 4 that time. That record is a first record. That Bharat is first record. And now we can take that for edit, and we can provide the edit item. Yes, so our template, and here yes, that text we have to not change. So here update and cancel is there. So here I change the ID. We can give also 105, and here we can change also salary like 43,500. Yes, and name we can not change. Okay. So here I insert, but that not insert, update. So yes, last first. So yes, that edit that not perform, because that we have to take the update. Yes, and here I delete this record, Bharat, so I delete. Yes, yes, so that is a confirm dialog box. Are you sure to delete? Yes, I first cancel and then again press delete, so that message come and okay, so record is gone. Yes, so let us check first, next, next, and next. So yes, Krishna is there, Bharat is not, gone. So only edit item we can take some change is required. So yes, first our template, and yes, here is a edit. I here give the insert, that's not proper because we can copy, so update. Yes, and here command name is proper, and here text is you to change. Yes, update. Yes, I save. So yes, EID, e name, bind. Yes, all are well. So there is, we can just copy, so we can change according, update and cancel. Yes, so here insert and cancel, here update and cancel. Yes, so because that is a insert item template and here is a edit item template. Okay, so now is okay, and also we can check our yes, update parameter. There are only three, and update command, update query. So yes, any change is required. So update, yes, here update command, emp set e name, at e name, basic salary. Yes, and where eid equal to @eid. So I think any spelling mistake is not there. I think that small character where. Yes, so and delete is working. Okay, so that not problem. So yes, here I again check edit item template. So link button is a yes, so update and that update command. So I also check, yes, and capital first letter, yes, capital. So update UPDAT. Or I think that is a edit. I think yes, if not working, so we can provide here edit. Okay, so sometimes that giving the edit, yes. But here we can previously provide like edit. Yes, let us check in item template. So yes, that is a edit. Okay, so I check yes, that's perfect or not. Yes, edit item template, and we can take appropriate all record, and then here update and cancel is there. Yes, that's right, update is command is there, command name. Yes, we can give the command name, or yes, that's sure. Yes, command name is there. So command name, yes, so sometimes command argument not used now. So yes, now I save first and compile again this page. So yes, yes, that now okay. So we can go in the last record, yes, and then edit. Yes, all are open. So here I change the salary like 55,000, or here I change the like, Mira. Yes, you can already view Puja or Mira. So we can press update. Yes, now is updated. So that is no any error, but we cannot give our command link button. Yes, now yes, I check give first command. Yes, so next, next, that is index is changed accordingly. Yes, and last, that is Krishna to Mira, and we can change also basic salary. So all are well. So now I insert new record, and I previously say you can also here take the table tag in edit item template or insert item template, both you can use. I give the 4, and here now again I Krishna, so we can change name, and here's 9,000. Okay, and insert emp. Yes, so that is a last record we can check. So that is inserted. Yes, and now we can move first, that is a last, and then previous first record. Yes, and next, last record up to last. So there is a 5 records, so 4 index is a 4. Yes, here, and then here again I edit operation, and here I change only salary, so like 12,000. Okay, so update, yes, that last, yes, stories, and then we can take in previous, yes, that record I select and delete. So first I check in database table. Yes, here our management studio is open, and let us take our table is also there, record all are or not. So I just select, and yes, so here first select, and yes, select top 1000 row, that option is there. So there is a 5 we have to, I think, record. Yes, so yes, so 5 record is there. So all our operation we can done. So insert, edit, delete. Yes, so there is 5 record, and then again I minimize. Yes, and here I delete this record in between. So delete command is remaining. Yes, are you sure? I first give cancel, set not deleted, and now again press this hyperlink button. Yes, and then okay. So record is gone. So let us first next, next, and next. Yes, so only 4 record, 104 is not. So let us check also table database. So here previously that table, and I here that execute is there, and that second choice you can right click and again select top 1000 row, but here directly execute. So yes, that record is gone. So 104, yes, 103, 1, 2, 3, and 4 is not delete, and 5 is directly appear. So 4 record is. So yes, all are well, complete successfully. There is no any, I think, problem. So all are, and I just, but that is a here outside table, because we can give the inside table. So all are, we can, my I saved in previously my. So if here is open, so let us check how it's look. Yes, I just change and testing only, but we cannot apply anything. Yes, let us check. Here I take 1 euro and 1 TD. TD, yes, and that TD I take one this hyperlink button. So what happened? So I cut, and here I paste. Yes, so it is so long. Yes, and also remove this all symbol. Okay, so I think that I think not look good, or let us take how it's look. If a proper look, when can take also no problem. So TD again, and that second after table we can take that cut and paste to here in TD. That last row in our item template, and that is remove, and that last delete. So just cut, and here we can take one TD, and then in between we can provide. Yes, so long is there. So let us save or stop debug, save again and run. So let us how it's look. If proper looking, then we can take that, otherwise we can undo operation. Yes, so that is a that like look better, but if you choice here is there, so we can take outside of table. Here there is a like column is there that record is also. So that's not proper, I think, because we can like in the table of that new in delete, and that is no problem. So here we can take like first, next, next. Okay, so at a time one record is there, so there is no problem. Yes, so that is, I think, loop is better. And if you not like, then go the taking the outside of table. So here we can remaining as it is, not change. Like okay. So next, 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 and previous, previous, yes, all are working, and last. So we can take all operations. So only one change is that, and I previously say if you choice in like we can take only item template table, and tr and td all are th also, but you can also here item template and edit time item you can also take, and one template is remaining. Yes, and last finish I so edit, and here like a footer. Yes, we can give the header template, so footer template, and here we can like table also we can take close if you not close in the item template, but we can close. So here take again IASP and label. Yes, and that is we can say that LBL and footer FT. Okay, any ID that is not used in coding, and text is a end of page, that type of message, or employee. So yes, so how it's look end of the page. Okay, that is footer. And that is yes, we can also number of yes, that possibility here. Here we take like our uh, percentage and hash sign and FV form view, and then page number of count is there, count page. Yes, page, so many properties there in page form of our form view. FV is the ID of form view, so we can type the page count. Okay, so here our form ID, if you not forget, so here I just show you that is FV form ID, that I can use in here. We can also two time here, we can also use in pager template. Page index we have to print with help of form ID. Okay, so I save and run. Yes, first stop debug, save and run. Yes, so that is footer template. So many we can use the start header template, then edit item template, edit item, insert template, then delete template is not there, and that we can use footer template. So here yes, yes, that not number of page, yes, here in between, so that is a number of page is 4. Yes, so that is a 4 our record, so number of page is 4, so that is a display at the same as the last end of the table. But our page template in between there, so that is no problem. So end of the page, that known as 4 number of page. Okay, so last, so if you insert like here one record, so that giving the I think 5, so 4 is there, so we can remove 5 is already there, so in between we can remove, so 6 is there, or otherwise 4 I taking, so we can again insert the Bharat. Yes, and that 4,500 salary and insert. So now our page is yes 5. Yes, so that is a completely work number of count. So there are 5 record is there. Yes, also we can last check our here I execute button, and yes, so 40 that Bharat we can delete it, that appear perfectly. Okay, so now complete. Yes, all are well. So also all template I use in FormView. Data binding concept is there. So here I open yes and just look over all here. Not write single line, I just revise. So there is no any coding, one line, single line of coding. So header template here 4 form view ID, run it, data source, data key name, and allow paging. There are 5 property we have to set, and that header template give the heading, item template use the eval, and 3 hyperlink button, and then new. Yes, that name is new, edit and delete. And delete command we can take confirm dialog box. So and table tr simple, and pager template number of page index and 4 hyperlink. Command name is page and first, next, previous, and last. That pager template. Insert item template, you have to know that is two-way data binding expression. And then we can label and text. There are 3 record, and also we can use the 2 hyperlink, insert and cancel. And edit item template same I copy, but only one change is a update command. Here is a insert command. And last we can use the footer template, and number end of the pane we can use in label and count, page count properties. And that form tag is over. SQL insert parameter, there are 3 EID, name, basic salary, update, same, and delete. And according to SQL data source ID that we can supply to the our form. Yes, that is very important. Here we can use that ID. So all are combining communication to each other. Form view communication to SQL data source, and that table, that effect. Okay, so all are affected. And here we can connection string run at server side, and 4 command we can write. Insert first we can write select star from EMT, then insert into EMP values E @EID, E @ENAME, @basic BS, update. You have to know that 2 field only, set update table name, set ename @ename, BS @BS, where EID equal to @EID. Okay, and delete from emp where eid is equal to @eid. So all are finished. So now just write this all to yourself, and after this demo you can take the detail view tabular control, detail view, that is a same working without templates, so like a grid view, but grid view not insert, but detail you can also take the insert operation. And also after you can use the repeater that also use template. So now I complete this session. Yes, so close this yes, first close this our management studio. So first full screen stop, and here our output. Yes, I just stop debug, and here our design part. Yes, I just show you. So our designing is there. So how look it only. Yes, so that is our design. Yes, I again said that this, yes, that type. And also one part, yes, here I just show you is here one span button, and also you can take connection string like wizard technique. Here on here our connection I plus to minus all connection string, our data bind underscore db is there, and here you can take also new connection. So all our connection string, like our, we can select the data source and then give the, like here I change. So here SQL data source, and okay, so all are a server name we have to pass, and that all, and then test and that copy. So here you can next, I just show you. So that is a connection store in web.config file. Do you want to save this connection application configuration means web dot, and that is a default name. You can also change here. And next I just show, that is a wizard technique. So here our table is selected. Yes, so here we can select our so many, if number of table you can choose also. And also here where clause, order by, all are these where clause you can take, and here you can select your column name. Yes, so based on the basic salary greater than 5,000, or here like equal operator, all are relational, so like greater than or equal to, like we can take one control. So here like we can provide appropriate command, and also SQL that value, all are this. So here I cannot take, so I just an order by clause and next, and here test query, so all record appear to here also. Yes, and finish. So that is a store in a web.config file. So that is also, we cannot take ourselves, that is also that known as wizard technique, directly span button we have to take. So finish, then our string is stored in the web config file. So here that web config file is there. So that is a XML based file. Yes, but I not use because we can take directly to copy our connection string. So that is a remaining. So I just revise. So we can take here our connection string, directly copy and paste to here. Yes. So I think that is all are selected. So we can go in shift button and right arrow key. So that is selected. Yes. So also you can use this technique. Okay. So now I finish, all are well, and yes, I just above because that my upcoming video lecture is appear. So subscribe my channel Ashok Sijalakadi, press the bell icon to never miss any update. Thanks for your watching, supporting and sharing my video lecture. Any doubt for any this ASP.NET definition, you can write in comment section. I give the definitely to answer. So thanks again, and Hare Krishna.